Welcome to NACTV Reads the News. My name is Gwen Jacobsen, and I'm one of many volunteers that help create programming for our station. NACTV can be seen on MTS Channel 30 or 1030, Westman Cable Channel 117, Bell Satellite Channel 592, or online at nactv.tv. These programs are made possible by our volunteers, staff, advertisers, as well as donations made by you, the viewers. If you are enjoying your NACTV experience, please consider supporting us by either donation or volunteering. You can contact our office at 204-476-2639 or at nactv@wcgwave.ca. This week's edition of the Neepawa Banner and Press is dated Friday, October the 1st, 2021. And on the front page, we have a great big picture, and it's entitled Fun Family Time at the Drive-In. Neepawa Tourism's latest fundraising effort raised a good chunk of cash for a local gem. A drive-in movie night was organized by tourism, with admission by donation and all the money brought in going to the Roxy Theatre in Neepawa. The event took place on Friday, September the 24th, and featured two movie showings. One was the Lego Movie at 6 p.m. and the next was Jurassic World at 9 p.m. About 130 cars full of moviegoers came out between the two shows. A total of $1,489.50 was brought in on the night. The Roxy Theatre was very excited to partner with Neepawa Tourism on this event, and we were really happy to see lots of families out enjoying this unique opportunity, stated Kate Atkinson, a board member of the Neepawa Theatre Centre. It was a good way to kick off bringing movies back to Neepawa, with our opening weekend being this weekend. Owen Devereaux, a board chair for Neepawa Tourism, said we were quite pleased to be able to work with the Roxy Theatre Board on this. We want to bring people into the community, and we feel as though this was an attraction. Speaking to a few people who arrived, they were from outlying communities like Brandon, Rivers, and it was great to see them coming here and having such a positive experience. And it goes on to say, well, it's just some pictures here. Nearly $1,500 raised for Neepawa Roxy Theatre. It has 4 pictures showing events from the evening. Neepawa Tourism and Neepawa Theatre Centre, or NTC, teamed up to offer a unique movie-going experience to the community and raise some funds for the Roxy Theatre. On Friday, September 24th, tourism organized a drive-in movie night in the parking lots of McLaughlin GM and Piston Ring. NTC helped with volunteering and supplied free popcorn for every car. Approximately 130 cars came that night between the two different showings at 6 and 9. A total of $1,489.50 was raised to donate to the Roxy. And here it shows tourism and NTC volunteers helping direct traffic to their parking spots. And here we have Kate Atkinson accepting the check from Tourism Board Chair Owen Devereaux. And guess what? We have new pickleball/tennis courts coming to Neepawa by Owen Devereaux. Neepawa will soon have a new space for one of the fastest growing sports in Canada. On Wednesday, September 22nd, town representatives confirmed the location in which they plan to build a new pickleball and tennis court. Those facilities will be located next to the basketball court just west of Hillcrest. The planned construction will include 2 new full-size tennis courts. Within those 2 courts, there will be 4 pickleball courts marked out for play. As well, improvement will be made to the nearby walking path, and a new vehicle parking area will be installed. The cost of the improvement will be covered through the province's Building Sustainable Communities Grant Program, which recently provided $294,700 to Neepawa for planned recreational expansion. The majority of that grant money is going towards upgrades to the swimming pool. Director of the Recreational Services, Nicole Cooper, said this expansion of affordable recreation options within the community is a very positive step for Neepawa. She said, "It's great. We're very excited to move forward on this project. This will allow for more players to access courts for both tennis and pickleball. This is a perfect space for it. There is so much potential here with the existing swing sets, the basketball court, and the beach volleyball. And once we redo a section of the pathway, it will be connected right to town and easily accessible for everyone." Pickleball is a recreational sport that combines elements of tennis, badminton, and ping pong. It can be played both indoors or outdoors on a badminton-sized court. Currently, the local pickleball club consists of just over 20 members. Club member Val Jarama, who was on hand for the official announcement and groundbreaking, said that she's hopeful for this announcement and it will inspire more people to come and give this activity a try. "I think it is awesome to have these courts here. It will definitely generate some interest and build our club up. Pickleball is the type of activity that's about more than winning or losing. You're there for the fun and a little exercise and a place to be outside," said Jarama. Initial preparations for the grounds for the new courts have already begun, with all the work expected to be completed by next summer. And there's 2 pictures here showing Neepawa Pickleball Club member Val Jarama, Neepawa Mayor Blake McCutcheon, Deputy Mayor and Councillor Brian Headley, and Director of Recreational Services Nicole Cooper, as they pose at the future location of the new pickleball tennis courts. And as you can see, the construction has already begun at Hillcrest. And next we have another picture of water and sewer upgrades. The town of Neepawa has started a massive water and sewer upgrade along Davidson Street from Mountain to Brown Avenue. The work began on Monday, September 27th, with an anticipated completion to be within the next 2 to 3 weeks. The work is being done in order to ensure the sanitary sewer system will be able to handle the increased capacity that'll be required for the area. And we have a travel and entertainment section. It says Rotary Club supports Neepawa Bird Sanctuary. Here we have a picture and it says the Neepawa Bird Sanctuary has received some additional support. Recently, the Neepawa Rotary Club, in partnership with Stride Credit Union, presented the sanctuary with a check for $1,500. The money was to aid in covering the cost of some needed upgrades that had to be made to the building enclosure located on the grounds in which the birds are kept for the winter. Neepawa Rotary Club President Wayne Jacobsen presents the check to the Bird Sanctuary Board co-chairs Richard Masters and Chantal Boersma on September the 24th. And Helen Drysdale's article this week is on carrots. She said, "As I was digging my garden carrots, Bugs Bunny's song kept playing in my head. The one that goes, 'Carrots are divine, you get a dozen for a dime, it's magic. They fry, a song begins, they roast and I hear violins, it's magic. When I feed Fritz, my rabbit, carrots, I believe his head song mirrors Bugs' song, the way he rips the carrot from my hand.' Carrots have been around for thousands of years. In ancient Egypt, carrots were placed in the tombs of dead pharaohs, and their artwork had drawings of harvesting the carrot fields. They were not grown for food, but for the medicinal purposes of the leaves and seeds. The carrots of that time were not orange, but various colors, including purple, red, yellow, and white. As they spread around the world, the 13th century saw Europeans growing carrots in their gardens. They were on the bitter side and not the sweet carrot as we know now. By the 16th century, Dutch farmers doing selective plantings were successful in growing the first orange carrots. The story is the orange color was in honor of William of Orange and the ruling House of Orange. Whether the story was true or not, those newly selected orange carrots were better tasting, sweeter, and plumper, much like our carrots of today, and quickly spread across the world. Today, the cultivated carrot is a daily staple on the dinner tables around the world. When you are preparing carrots, don't peel the skin if possible. Carrots, like many root vegetables, have the most nutritional value just below the skin. So instead of peeling, just scrub the skin clean. I enjoy the following carrot cookie recipe. These delightful little morsels are lower in sugar and quick to make up. If desired, one could drizzle icing over the top for a dressed up version. I used to make mine with regular flour, but now I use a combination of gluten-free flour, add 1 teaspoon of xanthan gum, and voila, I have cookies. And there's a carrot cake cookie recipe underneath it, this article. And Hope, H-O-P-E, are collecting tabs and single-use plastic bags. There's a picture here of a grade 12 Hope student, Madison Moore, with a collection of tabs they have received from the community by Haley Dennis, and she is an NACI Hope in the group. The NACI Hope group is excited to be meeting again. For those who may not have heard of us, HOPE stands for Helping Our World Pursue Equality. Our HOPE group consists of students from grades 9 to 12 who are passionate about creating a positive change in our community. Once again, the HOPE group is collecting canned tabs to contribute towards a wheelchair for a very special young lady. The recipient of the 2022 Tabs for Wheelchairs is 7-year-old Katie from Brandon, who is well known for her positive attitude and beautiful smile. She was diagnosed with spastic cerebral palsy at a young age, but she doesn't let that get in her way. This power wheelchair will keep her moving forward and involved in her community. We are asking that community members drop off their clean can tabs at the NACI office. A second social justice initiative that HOPE is proud to be involved with is collecting clean plastic grocery bags. Benevolent community members will then knit them together into mats to give to those in need. We kindly ask that clean plastic bags are also dropped off at the NACI office. Our group will continue planning for opportunities to contribute to a more equitable and inclusive community, so stay tuned for future updates. Next, we have the Spruce Plains Rcmp report. During the week of September 20th to the 26th, Spruce Plains Rcmp dealt with 56 police activities. On September the 20th, Rcmp received a report of an attempted fraud in the RM of Rosedale. The complainant received a phone call saying they won money and had to send the caller a gift card to pay for the taxes on the winnings. The complainant knew this was a scam and did not comply with the scammer's request. Police responded to a report of vehicle vandalism in Neepawa, and the matter is still under investigation. September 21st, Rcmp responded to a report of a possible domestic assault in Neepawa. Police attended and spoke to all involved parties and determined there was no physical violence, just a verbal disagreement. The parties were separated for the night. Police were dispatched to a disturbance at a residence in Neepawa where threats were being uttered. The matter is still under investigation. September 22nd, Rcmp received a report of a suspected impaired driver in the RM of Minto O'Donnell. Patrols were made, but the vehicle could not be located. Police responded to a commercial alarm in Neepawa that was shortly after determined to have been set off accidentally. Police received a complaint of harassing communications in Minnedosa, and that investigation is ongoing. September 23rd, Rcmp responded to a report of a missing child in Minnedosa. Shortly after the report was made, the child was located safe and sound by the complainant. Police received a report of gas being siphoned from a vehicle in Neepawa. There was insufficient evidence to proceed further. A blue container of personal items was found near the highway in the RM of Minto O'Donnell and turned into the Minnedosa Rcmp for safekeeping until it is claimed. September 24th, Rcmp received a report of fraud in Minnedosa, where the complainant was convinced to purchase gift cards and provide the card details to the scammer over the phone. The matter is still under investigation. Police received a report of a stolen truck in the RM of Minto O'Donnell, and the investigation is ongoing. Police responded to 2 commercial alarms in Neepawa that were both determined to be false. September 25th, Rcmp received multiple calls about cows being loose on the highway near Neepawa. Police patrolled the area but did not locate the cattle. It is believed they moved on. Ha ha ha. Police received a report of a missing person in Rapid City. After an extensive search, the person was located in Brandon and was returned home safely. September 26, Rcmp conducted a well-being check on a person in Neepawa who hadn't been heard from in a while. Police gained access to the residence and located the individual who was treated by EMS. Police assisted with a family dispute in Minnedosa and attended a vehicle versus a deer collision in the municipality of Westlake Gladstone. Rcmp conducted 20 traffic enforcement actions during this reporting time. Lately, the RCMP wanted you to know that lately there has been an increased number of fraudulent scam callers making their way around our communities. The RCMP would like to remind everyone that under no circumstances should you ever give out your personal or financial information over the phone. Some of these scams are leading people to believe it is the CBSA, Revenue Canada, and others. These agencies or any government agency would never ask you to pay them in gift cards of any kind, nor would any of these agencies advise you over the phone that there is a warrant for your arrest. If you receive one of these calls, hang up immediately. If you wish, you can report the phone number to your service provider. If you have any information about these crimes or any other crimes, please contact your local RCMP office or Crime Stoppers at 1-800-222-8477. Now we have a section called Rural Outlook, and it's titled Favorable Commodity Price and Interest Rates, Fuel Farmland Market, submitted by Farm Credit Canada. Strong commodity prices combined with low interest rates continue to sustain farmland value increases in most parts of Canada, according to a mid-year review by Farm Credit Canada, or FCC. While the drought across most of Western Canada and the pandemic have captured most of the headlines, strong commodity prices and low interest rates have been quietly supporting a vibrant farmland market for the first 6 months of 2021, said J.P. Gervais, FCC's chief economist. He said higher than normal prices for wheat, canola, and corn have improved the profitability of many operations in the second half of 2020 and early 2021, putting them in a better position to invest in farmland as the opportunities arise. Average farmland values in Canada are once again showing steady increases for the first half of 2021, although the full impact of widespread drought this summer has yet to be weighed. The average value of Canadian farmland increased by 3.8% for the first half of this year, compared to an average increase of 3.7% for the same time last year. This increase is in line with mid-year results over the past 6 years, which showed single-digit increases for the full year. In general, Prairie and Atlantic provinces reported the most modest increases, while Ontario, British Columbia, and Quebec had the largest increases. Buyers from different sectors are competing for the limited amount of land on the market. Interest rates declined at the outset of the pandemic and remain historically low, which is also supporting the demand for farmland and weakening the supply of available land for sale in the market. While many crop producers have benefited from the high commodity prices and have been able to take advantage of low interest rates to buy land, not everyone is in the same boat, Gervais said. The outlook for revenues is murkier for 2021 and 2022, given exceptional production challenges in parts of the country. Livestock producers, for example, have seen their cost of production increase and profits shrink as a result of the drought. He said the overall economic environment of the next 12 months bears watching. The possibility of higher interest rates, inflationary pressures, and the demand for ag commodities could influence the demand for farmland. He recommends farm operators continue to exercise caution, especially in regions where the rate of farmland values growth significantly exceeded that of farm income in recent years. He also recommends operators maintain a risk management plan to protect their business from unpredictable circumstances. Now, a large article here about handing over hand by Kira Patterson. It's the end of an era for home assistants, Neepawa and district, or usually known by HAND for short. The Seniors Resource Coordinator for the last 30 years, Jeannie Barnaby, works her last day in the position on Friday, October the 1st. Her successor is Michelle Ferguson. She started at the HAND office on September 20th, allowing her to work with Barnaby for a couple of weeks to help with the transition. Barnaby was hired by HAND back in July of 1991, taking over for the organization's first coordinator, Isla Hawken. During her 30 years on the job, Barnaby has helped hundreds of seniors and individuals with disabilities access the services they need in the community. When asked what her favorite part of the job has been, she shared that the people she's worked with have been the highlight. She said the clients and getting to know their story and how their life's been over the years and struggles they had to face and the changes. I think that's the thing that struck me the most, is the changes as they age. You see how some people are so accepting of the change, and you see how some people struggle with it. Barnaby noted that she's had many great memories and experiences with her clients and community members. There's been so many funny things and just wonderful stories of people. It's been such a wonderful experience with this job, she expressed. One of her most memorable experiences was working with a retired teacher named Harold McDonald. Barnaby explained that McDonald advocated for more accessible infrastructure in Neepawa in the early 90s through the League for the Physically Handicapped. She noted that mobility scooters were becoming more widely used then, and McDonald had come to her to help organize some information about scooters for the public. So he did all the investigating for that, and then we came up with the video and we came up with the rules of the road for scooters, because nobody knew where do they travel, how fast do they go. So it was just amazing to work with him, because he knew that was something that was coming and we'd better get on top of it right away. And he was just the most interesting man, and how he advocated with the town and with organizations to make things easier for people with disabilities. Another interaction that really struck her was a lady who got a walker. Barnaby explained that an individual had passed away, and the family called her to let her know that there was some gently used equipment that they would like to donate to hand for anyone who needed it. Later on the same day she had received the call, one of her clients had come in to visit with the quilters at the drop-in center and mentioned she needed a walker. I said, "Give me 5 minutes." I went out the door, picked the best walker, and brought it to her, Barnaby shared, adding that the only condition she had of giving the client this walker was that she get it safely checked. She noted that this lady is now 100 years old. Since she got that walker, it's got to be a year ago, she walks every day. She walks 10 blocks a day. So it's like her guardian angel watching over her. The family phoned me that morning. She came in. She needed a walker, and it was there. Not only did she enjoy working with her clients and with individuals, but she also appreciated the support she received from the hand board. We've had great board members all the time since I started, always willing to listen to what you want to do and say, "Yeah, go for it," or "Should we think about this?" Barnaby recalled one fundraising project that she brought to the board to raise money for a stair chair for the ambulances in Neepawa. The board said, "Go for it." We thought we'd get one stair chair. We raised, I think, $6,000, and were able to provide 2 stair chairs to the community. The community has also shown support for hand, from donations to programs to offering different services. She's had cooperation from the Rcmp for information sessions, the pharmacies for health checks and safety equipment checks, the local schools for educational sessions, and many other community groups and individuals for programs such as exercise classes, pen pals, reading, and more. One thing Barnaby has not enjoyed is the paperwork involved in her position. And she goes on to say, when I first started, the requirement for paperwork for the grants was pretty basic. And as the years have gone by, it's got a lot more regimented, as well as a lot more forms that have to be filled. So paperwork is always a challenge, she stated. However, she noted she's very thankful for the grants that are available to hand, despite the application forms that are needed for them. Being the services coordinator for 30 years means that Barnaby has worked through a number of changes in how things are done and in the needs within the community. She said the agencies I see are working together more as time went on. Confidentiality is a big thing. It's very important, but it's for the betterment of that client. You all work together and share information that you have to make that person's life easier. One thing I would like to mention is that people are living longer, and if they can stay in their own home and with all the supportive services we have in our community, that is where they are much happier. Our senior population is growing and growing, and the supports are going to be a lot more important. Michelle Ferguson, who will be taking Barnaby's place, noted that she's very excited to take on the role. She said, "I can't wait to get going. I've enjoyed all the contact I'm having with all the clients, and there's definitely lots to learn, but yep, I'm really looking forward to it." This won't be Ferguson's first time working with seniors, as she's been working in home care for over 20 years. She says, "I'm going to miss all my clients because you fall in love with them and they become your family. But the wonderful part is that I still get to see a lot of them and meet new ones in this job. So it's just a continuation on a different path of what I love to do and what I've been doing. Barnaby and Ferguson have had mutual contacts, so they've worked together before, which is how Ferguson learned of the position opening. She noted that Barnaby had reached out to her after one of their mutual clients had passed away to see how she was doing and mentioned her retirement. I was like, you should tell me more about this. And it just sounded so wonderful and really something that I wanted to do and a new challenge, Ferguson said. While the hand office is changing hands, Ferguson noted that she doesn't want people to shy away from reaching out to her. I just want people to continue to feel comfortable coming to the hand office, or if you see me on the street, or if you have questions, never hesitate to talk to me, and I will always do what I can, and hopefully I can continue the same caliber of service that Jeannie has offered. Ferguson added that helping people is what she's always loved doing, and it's something she wants to continue to be able to do through this job. When you get to go to bed at night feeling all filled up and that you have helped people and made a difference for them, there is no better feeling. And there are a few pictures here that go along with this article. This one is of Jeannie Barnaby, the outgoing Seniors Resource Coordinator. And this is Michelle Ferguson, who's learning the ropes from Jeannie before taking over on October 1st. And there's an old picture here from 30 years ago, 1991, where Isla Hawken passed on the role to Jeannie Barnaby. And this is also a picture of Jeannie in 2002 when she introduced the emergency response information kits as a new service for hand. And here we have a picture. Neepawa drop-in Secretary Treasurer Norma Reed in the middle, presenting $1,000 to Hand Secretary Treasurer Donna Newton here and Coordinator Jean Barnaby when Hand was fundraising for stair chairs in 2002 for local ambulances. Wow, what a great article. And there is a new pet supply store coming to Neepawa by Kira Patterson. Area residents with cats and dogs will soon have an option for their specialty pet products closer to home. A new locally owned pet supply store called Rcmp Animal House will be opening in the former co-op building on Mountain Avenue in mid-October. Kevin Harris is the new owner of this business, with Danielle Bell as the manager and her daughter Stephanie Bell as assistant manager. This is something our community needs, and it will bring a lot of variety for customers in the surrounding areas without having to travel to Brandon, noted Stephanie. In terms of what kind of products they will have available, they are starting off with dog and cat supplies, but may expand to include other pets if there is a need within the community. We have been training, added Danielle, so that we and the staff will be very knowledgeable about all the products we carry and be able to make recommendations for pets based on their individual needs. They are focusing on Canadian products and natural ingredients and will be sourcing as much local products as they can. The store even carries a line of products that donates to services for Canadian veterans. Harris said that while it will be high quality, they will have price points to suit every budget. We want to have something that's affordable for everyone, he stated. In addition to the food and accessories, Rcmp Animal House will also be offering grooming services to cats and dogs by appointment only. As this area expands, they will be offering de-shedding to the grooming menu. Our grooming is something we'll take pride in and develop into something that does well for us, stated Danielle. A few weeks back, the store put out a call to get feedback from the community on what brands and products they would like to see available. Danielle noted that they have received a lot of correspondence and are planning to carry every request. Thank you for your feedback, and if we have missed someone, just come in and see us. If you want it, we will do our best to supply it. Being a locally owned and operated business, Rockin' Animal House will have a focus on community involvement. They will have donation boxes at the checkout counter and options for rounding up a purchase to the next dollar value for local charities. People can visit the store's Facebook page at Rockin' Animal House, ROCKN Animal House, which will feature frequent contests. Their first photo contest just finished, but they plan to keep it going regularly. While Rockin' Animal House does not have an official opening date set, Kevin Harris shared that they are hoping to have a big grand opening and give the community an event to come out to. Good luck with that. And here's a picture, Neepawa Airport Farming Project Deemed Successful by Casper Waran. This picture says, En's brothers staff were busy bringing in the crop for the airport farming project located just on the outskirts of Neepawa on September the 23rd. And here we have a picture, the view from inside the combine. The black spokes rotate and provide extra assistance, helping direct the crop inward as it is harvested. The real work happens below, where blades cut the stems off the crop and are pulled in towards the combine due to the momentum while driving. Then belts ensure the crop is directed to the very center of the machine. And here we have a picture of the combine making a stop to empty its haul into a trailer for temporary storage before the driver continues working the field. And the article goes on to say, combining got underway on Thursday, September 23rd for the airport growing project in Neepawa. Work commenced that morning on the field behind Stella Jones, with the airport being cleaned up that afternoon. Blair Steen of En's Brothers, who is associated with the project, told the Banner and Press that the crop this year was 375 acres of canola, which yielded 27.5 bushels to the acre net. Proceeds from the sale of this crop will be split between the Yellowhead Center and the Neepawa Curling Club. We were happy with the results considering the conditions throughout the region this year, said Steen. This is a win. Canola prices are looking good across the board, and I think it will be a great benefit. Work for the airport farming project was done by the En's Brothers staff, with equipment and additional assistance provided by En's Brothers, Bray Farms, Spruce Farms, Derek Clausen, Kablick Farms, Evans Farms, Newton Farms, and R.A. Lowry Agri Enterprises. Spraying pre-harvest was provided by Western Canadian Aerial. And down below here we have WFG holds grand opening of new Neepawa location. A new business has just opened at 244 Hamilton Street in Neepawa. The grand opening for the Neepawa office of World Financial Group, or WFG, took place on Saturday, September 25th. Pictured inside the arch are Con and Sheila Regier, who are the owners, Neepawa Mayor Blake McCutcheon, and Ryan Sorelli of the WFG Group. Great news for Neepawa. And now we have a historical picture and a historical story. History with the Beautiful Plains Museum, the story of the John Burney home. It's beautiful. By Casper Waran. John Burney was born at Strachan, Aberdeenshire, Scotland, on December the 28th, 1845. Son of George Burney and sibling to 9 other children. After working for some time apprenticing as a shipbuilder in Glasgow, Scotland, John Burney moved to New York in 1863 and continued his profession there. Burney then moved to Thamesville, Ontario, and married Eleanor Shuren, who originated from the same area as him. She had come to Canada to stay with her brother George. Some time and a few more moves later, John Burney and family relocated to the southwest quarter of section 141715 in the rural municipality of Rosedale, where the village of Burney now stands. A lot of slow, hard work was required to establish a permanent residence on this land, as the primary tool available was an axe, and supply trips had to be made to Winnipeg and Portage la Prairie. It was even necessary at some point to make these trips on foot, with one trip to Winnipeg taking approximately 3 weeks. Conditions improved with the establishment of a railroad line at the area, with steel coming to Burney in 1903, and the railway company subsequently named the town. The Burneys built 3 houses on the original homestead: a small log house, a larger log and frame home, and finally a brick house completed in 1904, which is pictured here. 2 of John and Eleanor's sons, John Jr. and George, also built brick houses directly south on the homestead in 1909 and 1910 respectively. Boy, that must have been some house back in the day. Kind of looks like one of my grandpa and grandma's house. All right, Carberry, North Cypress, Langford by Gladwin Scott, here and there. There were over 450 forest fires in Manitoba this summer, and a former Carberry Collegiate graduate who is an energetic, high-profile young lady named Jara Green became interested in a new experience. She applied to help fight wildfires for 4 months. Jara maintains that she inherited her high energy from her mother, Melanie. She said it was an experience to remember, as food and water were delivered by helicopter, plus tents and sleeping bags were used at night. Her duties centered mainly in northern Manitoba around the Paw, Swan River, Lynn Lake, and at Pinawa and the White Shell River. Now back in southern Manitoba, besides her police duties, Green teaches the fitness class for the ACC Public Safety, formerly the Police Studies Group, and helps train the ACC athletic teams. As an ACC student, Jara starred for their soccer and futsal teams. Another previous challenging experience was working on a wild animal preserve in South Africa. In a post-firefighting role, Green summed up the experience as follows: the past 4 months that I've spent as an IA, or Initial Attack member, with the Manitoba Wildfire Program have truly been unbelievable. I am so fortunate for yet another incredible life-altering experience. I met some very special people and made friendships that will last a lifetime. The job itself was absolutely mind-blowing, and I will always cherish the memories of helping extinguish fires that threaten devastation to not only forests, but properties as well. I certainly have a new appreciation for my firefighting colleagues. My third last night in the bush as a wildland firefighter, the Northern Lights came out and danced bright. It was such a beautiful way to end this chapter. It's bittersweet that it has come to an end, but I'm ready to get back to my blue uniform. And here's a picture of Jara Green of Carberry helping to fight the fires. She must be on, she's on the ground there, but this is probably one of the helicopters that she was in. And next from Gladwin, Luke Robson, age 17, has suited up with the Waiwasakapa Wolverines as the number 1 2019 draft pick. Luke, who spent 3 seasons with the Southwest Cougars and was also at the Moose Jaw Warriors camp for 2 weeks, has relatives in Binsgarth and Russell. Wayway head coach Taylor Harnett is very high on Robson's character and skills. They play a 52 game schedule with the first 20 contests against the other 5 clubs in the West Division of the 12-team MJHL. Wayway won the first doubleheader over Verdun. Councillor Matthew Tolton, who had been suspended by council, has resigned his position to pursue other opportunities. Cameron McMillan, 2018 Carberry Collegiate Governor General Medal winner, has tried a new activity, skydiving. He said it was really exciting, but the hardest part was jumping out of the plane. Her parents, Brent and Michelle McMillan, were in Gimli to see her first jump with an experienced skydiver on September 17th. Congratulations to Jostin North, age 15, a grade 10 Carberry Collegiate student who excels in archery. He won the gold medal in the 50-yard target shoot at Selkirk, September 11th and 12th. Jostin uses a compound bow and practices at Sanford. Winners of the Carberry Communities in Bloom Yard of the Week were Lauren and Karen Fraser at 1045 Stickle Avenue. October 1st is the date this year instead of September 30th to determine student enrollment for government grant purposes. Currently, Carberry Collegiate is 272 students with 32 potential graduates. The following is an excerpt from the August Town Council meeting minutes. There were 2 delegations, Alicia Funk, new Economic Development Officer, and Scott McDonald, Public Works Foreman. August financial accounts were approved for $335,540. Third reading was given to transfer station fees and Carberry Council Code of Conduct bylaws. Handyvan is ready for use. Bus drivers are needed with the Class 4 license. Exchange Group approved as 2021 auditors. Annual AMM meeting is November 22nd and 23rd at the Delta Hotel in Winnipeg. The town approved a rental lease agreement with the Bailey Building as October 1st until the new offices are ready. According to the Municipal Act and the assessment roll, the net added taxes were $31,268. And resolution was passed to assist Brad and Brenda Wells development with roads, sidewalks, street lighting, sewers, drainage, fire protection, and green spaces. And next, the Westman High School Hockey League met at the Discovery Center in Brandon September 15th with most of the former 20 teams in attendance. League officers include Corey Forbes from Glenborough and Jason Elf from Dauphin as co-presidents, and Jerry Crampagne from Hamiota as secretary-treasurer statistician. The Wildcats include Carberry, Glenborough, and Balder players and are busy with dryland training. Coaching staff includes Corey Forbes and Reagan Richmond, plus Mitch Thornborough as equipment manager, and help from Bryce Watson. The Westman High School Hockey League is expected to start the 2021-22 season with 18 teams on Friday, October 22nd. Boissevain and Souris have joined together, while Hamiota and Rivers Elton are also combined. The league schedule will be finalized Wednesday, September the 29th. And an article about Carberry rejoining the Tiger Hills Hockey League by Owen Devereaux. The Tiger Hills Hockey League, or THHL, is returning to Carberry. After a 3-year hiatus, the community will once again be able to ice a roster of players for the upcoming 2021-22 season. The Carberry Plainsmen last played in the league in the 2016-17 season. The league will also feature the debut of the Verdun Oil Kings, who have transferred over from the North Central Hockey League. For the 2021-22 season, there will be 15 teams in the THHL. The East Division will feature the Pilot Mound Pilots, Cartwright Clippers, Wawanesa Jets, McGregor Wild, Gladstone Lakers, Neepawa Farmers, Minnedosa Bombers, and Carberry. The West Division, meanwhile, will have Verdun Oil Kings, Melita Bisons, Souris Elks, Hartney Blues, Deloraine Royals, Boissevain Border Kings, and the Killarney Shamrocks. For this season, all teams will play exclusively within their own division during the regular season. All players and team personnel must be fully vaccinated in order to play. Spectators 18 plus will also have to be fully vaccinated, and youth not vaccinated must be accompanied by a vaccinated adult. Regular season will be an 18-game schedule in the Western Division and 17 games in the Eastern Division, with the playoffs being within division. The division winners will meet for the league title, with the league champions then moving on and playing for the Manitoba Cup. The official schedule has not yet been made public, but play is currently slated to begin the last weekend of October. And here we have an article about Deer Range School. This is the Deer Range School as it may be seen today, following a few renovations it has seen over the years since it was constructed. And on the inside of the school, this is a picture of what it looks like. With the chalk on the board and books on the desk, it may feel as though the students never left. That would be interesting to see. It goes on to say history still resides on the property of Robert Smith near Edrins, the Deer Range School. The story of this school begins with William P. Smith, forefather of Robert Smith. William donated a section of his land to provide allocation for the school, resulting in it being built in 1898 on Southeast 241213 in what is currently the municipality of North Cypress Langford. This was just across the road from the North Norfolk municipality, and thus drew in students from that location as well. The first person to teach at this school was Miss Baldwin, who taught from 1898 to 1899. It goes on to say who all the teachers were. There's too many to mention here. The building underwent minimal changes throughout the years. Windows were moved from the north side and replaced with larger ones on the south side. A new floor was installed. The small entrance vestibule was replaced with one large enough for an indoor bathroom, and electric lights were installed. Being introduced in 1954, the electric lights were only used for Deer Range School final 5 years. After continuous operation since its establishment, the school was closed in 1959 due to declining enrollment. Arrangements were made for any remaining students to be sent to the Edrins School or the Firdale School instead. The Deer Range School District remained until January 1965, when the school's board formally disbanded. The building is still kept and maintained at its original location by Robert Smith, used as a private museum. With its original furnishings of double-styled desks and other school items, it may appear as though its use ceased not too terribly long ago. And this is a picture of William Patterson Smith, who donated his land for the purpose of the building of the Deer Range School. Interesting. Okay, we have some more, an additional part of the Neepawa Banner and Press this week. So I'm going to continue on with this. Fuel Good Day supports local causes. Co-op gas stations across Canada held their annual Fuel Good Day fundraisers on Tuesday, September the 21st. Neepawa and Gladstone's gas bars raised an approximate total of just over $3,500 between the two locations. And here we have a picture in Neepawa. 10 cents per liter of gas sold that day was donated towards the Yellowhead Roadrunners Car Club to help fund the scholarship they give out annually to a graduating student. The Roadrunners helped out with the festivities on Fuel Good Day, running the barbecue, the proceeds from which was also donated to the club. The members also got the chance to display their hot rods in the parking lot of the gas station for a mini car show. Here we have Smokey Wilson, Darcy Mitchler, and President Bert DeConing. They were among the volunteers helping run the barbecue at Co-op's Fuel Good Day in Neepawa. And here we have the gas bar in Gladstone donated to the Gladstone Pool Upgrade Fund for their Fuel Good Day. They raised a total of $1,109.18 from donating 10 cents per liter of gas sold that day. The Gladstone store also had a prize wheel for customers to spin and win as part of their Fuel Day celebrations. So did the Neepawa, because I did it. And here we have Megan Unger, the Gladstone Co-op gas bar, and Bud Sigurdsson, the councillor for the municipality of Westlake Gladstone. Here we have tree planting program returns to Neepawa by Owen Devereaux. A dozen new trees are in the ground across Neepawa thanks to a little bit of help from Tree Canada and our local Home Hardware. The trees were installed close to the Veterans Way walking path Friday, September 24th, and were purchased through a $2,900 grant provided by Neepawa Home Hardware. Tree Canada is a national non-profit organization dedicated to planting and nurturing trees in rural and urban environments. To date, the group, along with local community partners, have planted more than 83 million trees. Ken Fosty, a representative from Tree Canada, was in Neepawa for planting, and told the Banner and Press that they are happy to partner with the local Home Hardware on this type of endeavor. He said, "We're committed to planting trees for future generations to enjoy. We're pleased to be here today and to recognize this grant of $2,900 from Home Hardware that made this possible." He added that on a national level, Home Hardware has been a tremendous partner for over 27 years, and that locally, Neepawa has also been extremely supportive for over a decade. Michelle Gerard, owner-operator of Neepawa Home Hardware, noted that they are very proud to be partnered with Tree Canada and the town of Neepawa and planting all these trees. She added that this will be a benefit to the community for generations to come. She said, "Trees are important to our environment and our aesthetic in Neepawa. We're very happy to be able to contribute to that." And here's a picture of them. This is Denny Segway, Town of Neepawa Manager of Operations, Mayor Blake McCutcheon, Home Hardware owner Michelle Gerard, and Tree Canada representative Ken Fosty. The next article is about 4-H by the Neepawa Banner and Press. 4-H Manitoba announced the first recipients of their Leaders of Tomorrow scholarships on Monday, September the 27th. 4 current and former 4-H members were selected to receive the scholarships, and 2 of those members are from the Banner and Press coverage area. The Leaders of Tomorrow scholarships were established when the Government of Manitoba donated $1 million to an endowment fund through the Brandon Area Community Foundation, which allows for $42,500 to be given out in total this year. We congratulate the 2021 scholarship recipients and wish them all the best in their education and future careers. 4-H members of today are tomorrow's future leaders. Candace Tolton, president of 4-H Manitoba, said in Monday's press release. The caliber of scholarship applicants was outstanding. We are proud to support our members to enable them to make a future leadership role in agriculture, environmental sustainability, and their community as a whole. The $42,500 was split into 4 scholarships, each named in honor of long-serving 4-H leaders in Manitoba. The local recipients were Cameron Gianetti of Neepawa, who received $10,000 to attend the universities of Alberta and BC, and Raina Topham of Minnedosa, receiving $10,000 to attend Brandon University. The other 2 recipients were Marika Dewar-Narosky of Newdale and Sarah Johnson of Dugald. Very good. Then there's a whole section about fire safety, and I'll just say the towns of all of the firefighting pictures that are included in this week's edition. This is Alonza Fire Brigade, Amaranth, Arden, Eden, Carberry, Eddystone Westlake, Erickson, Gladstone, Kelwood, Laurier, McCreary, Minnedosa, Neepawa, and St. Rose, and Plumas. Thank you for your help and volunteerism too. Next we have the sports pages. The first one is about the new Neepawa Titans MJHL team by Owen Devereaux. It was a rough weekend for the Neepawa Titans as they dropped a pair of games to the Dauphin Kings. For their showdown on Friday, September 24th at Credit Union Place in Dauphin, 5 different players ended up scoring for the Kings on their way to a 5-2 win. Neepawa's offensive output on the night, meanwhile, came from Will Hyatt, who scored his first of the season in the second period. Braden Michalchuk collected the only other goal of the night for Neepawa, scoring in the third period. Kings goaltender Carson Chirapak picked up his second win over Neepawa, making 15 saves. Recent arrival Emmerich Demers made his debut between the pipes for Neepawa that night, stopping 22 of the 27 shots he faced. The next night, those 2 teams would square off once again, with Dauphin hoping to make it 3 straight wins versus the Titans. The Kings would end up succeeding in their efforts, claiming a 6-3 win over Neepawa. 20-year-old forward Caden Bryant led the way for the visiting Kings, scoring 3 goals on the night. Jaden Jubenville, Nick Braun, and Slade Stanek also found the back of the net for Dauphin. Meanwhile, Neepawa registered goals from Camden Smith, Will Hyatt, and Austin Klein. Though these recent defeats have dropped Neepawa's regular season record to 1-3-0-0 on the year. The Titans will hope to rebound next weekend when they take on the Verdun Oil Capitals, who are 1-3-0-0 with 2 points. Neepawa's home game versus Verdun will be on Saturday, October the 2nd at the Yellowhead Center, with the start time scheduled for 7:30 p.m. NACI Tigers fall to Southwest Sabres to begin their RMFL regular season by Owen Devereaux. After a 1-year hiatus due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the Rural Manitoba Football League has returned with 8 teams. For this season, the league will be separated into 2 divisions in order to reduce contacts. The Parkland division will feature Dauphin, Swan River, Moosomin, and Park West. Meanwhile, the Prairie Land Division will feature Neepawa, Verdon, Southwest, and Interlake. Due to the current interprovincial restrictions, the Moosomin Generals' home games will be played in Manitoba. As for the opening weekend results, the Neepawa Area Collegiate Institute, or NACI Tigers, played a road game against the Southwest Sabres on Friday, September 24th. In this season opener, it was Southwest who came out on top, defeating NACI 35-22. Other results around the league included Swan Valley Tigers 47-8 against the Moosomin Generals. Dauphin Clippers won 47-0 against Park West Outlaws. And Verdon Golden Bears defeated Interlake Thunder 46-21. The home opener for NACI will be played on Friday, October the 1st against Verdon Golden Bears. And for the final article for this week is also a sports related. Neepawa Figure Skating Club to host free Learn to Skate event by Kim Smith. What do Canada's most popular winter sports have in common? Hockey, speed skating, figure skating, ringette. In order to participate in any of these sports, one needs to know how to skate. Skating is something that you can enjoy as a sport, but also something that helps to make the long Canadian winters fly by. If you want to learn how to skate no matter how old you are, Neepawa Figure Skating Club, NFSC, is here to help with their Learn to Skate program, Can Skate. Contrary to popular belief, Can Skate is not a figure skating program. It is a Learn to Skate program. Can Skate teaches the foundational skills that all types of skaters need to be successful in their respective sports. Whether you want to be a hockey player, a ringette star, a speed skater, a figure skater, or you just want to learn to skate, the Can Skate program teaches the basic skills one needs to learn in order to be able to skate. You learn to balance on your skates by falling down and getting up, doing slalom around pylons, or learning proper forward and backward crossovers. You learn how to be in control on your skates by skating backward, gliding on 1 or 2 feet, and how to stop a variety of different ways. You also learn how to be agile on your feet by learning a variety of turns. NFSC is giving everyone, no matter your age, a chance to try out Can Skate for free. We are hosting a Skate Manitoba Day with a free Can Skate session on Friday, October the 8th from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. at the Yellowhead Centre. Skaters will need mitts, skates, and a CSA helmet. The Yellowhead Centre does have some skates for borrowing. A reminder that public health orders are still in effect, so adults need to be able to prove they are double vaccinated in order to enter the Yellowhead Centre, and masks must be worn at all times unless participating on the ice. NFSC will also have a registration table set up at the event if anyone is interested in registering for the Can Skate program or to help answer any questions. Come skate with NFSSC's Can Skate program. Well, isn't that wonderful? All right, that is it this week for the Neepawa Banner and Press. I hope you join in next week and hear us again. Bye for now.